welcome to the vibe. It's where the bells unite, bringing all the energy, shining so bright. Whether you're new or you're back again, it's love, it's family, let the fun begin. We're here to connect, bring joy to your day. Style, soul, and stories in a unique way. From New Orleans roots to the world we inspire. Every click, every view takes us higher and higher. This is your space where you can feel free. A community built with authenticity. So grab your coffee, hit play, and unwind. Your seat at the table is one of a kind. Like, comment, subscribe, it's your time to shine. Be part of the family, one of a kind. Whether it's your first time or you've been here before, we got so much love waiting for you and more. Mocha's no love bells where the queens unite. Serving southern charm with a touch of that spice. We're about that love, we're about that style. Come along for the ride and stay for a while. Oh, Mocha's no love bells, it's the vibe for you. If you're new, pull up, make yourself at home. This is where we vibe, where the bells have grown. And if you're returning, thanks for coming through. We wouldn't be here without queens like you. We're serving you content that uplifts and inspires. From beauty and life hacks to chasing desires. This is more than a channel, it's where magic begins. Together we rise, together we win. Like, comment, subscribe, it's your time to shine. Be part of the family, one of a kind. Whether it's your first time or you've been here before, we got so much love waiting for you and more. Mocha's no love bells where the queens unite. Serving southern charm with a touch of that spice. We're about that love, we're about that style. Come along for the ride and stay for a while. Oh, Mocha's no love bells, it's the vibe for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Every little click shows how much you care. We're building this space, making something divine. Welcome to the bells, you're already in line. So if you're new, welcome, glad you stopped by. And to the OG fam, your reason we fly. Hit that button, subscribe, and come back again. It's Mocha's no love bells where the magic begins.
She ain't gone, no, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing, I feel her voice, I hear her crying, but they too busy testifying, saying nothing while she dying inside. She ain't gone, she just fighting to survive. She said she needed help in class that day. Laid out on the floor, tears in the way. Told the teacher she need a word, not a test, but they passed her off like the pain was just stress. Mama acting like she ain't see a thing, but checking her tablet, deleting the strings. The truth in a locker, the truth in a phone. They try to act like she ran off alone.
Betrayal lies, got them swearing to God, but the ones in the pews know the story too odd. Why you wanna stand talking? I don't recall. You was posting like everything's fine, that's all. She had bruises and bags, she had silence and shade. They let that man stay while she tried to escape. A house full of whispers, a shop full of ghosts, but we saw them cameras and we the most.
She ain't gone, no, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing, I feel her voice, I hear her crying, but they just fighting to survive. I believe she's somewhere breathing slow, not a grave, just a place we don't yet know. Maybe protective, maybe hid away, but not erased, not gone astray. The court got a date, but the streets got a voice, and we gon' speak loud like we ain't got a choice. This ain't just views, it's a whole damn name. Say Naziyah loud till they feel that flame.
Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Monday. It is. No, it's not. It's hump day. Why am I saying Monday? That's what I get for being gone. That's just what I get. It is hump day. And I am here. I'm here. Guys, life has been lifing. Life has really been lifing. I miss you guys. I thought of you guys. But by the time I got home, I'm like, nope, we're not doing it live. I did what I do. I laid it down. But it's been challenging. But we're human. We go through things. That's called life. So guys, welcome again to another MOCA's Unfiltered live stream. Those of you that are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And my OGs, y'all already know what it is. Here at MOCA's No Labels, everybody is somebody. There's no big eyes, there's no little U's. We respect each other. We love each other. We love on one another. We're here for one another. We don't criticize. We all are here to listen. We all are here for an understanding. We're all here for the same purpose. And that is to seek justice for these babies. That's to seek justice for these babies. And I appreciate each and every one of you for pulling up here tonight. If you have not yet hit that like button, please do so. If you're able to subscribe, grab a membership, please do so. We will welcome you here to the No Labels. And before we get started tonight, y'all did see the title, The Baby Mama Cover-Ups. Which one of them was involved? Because we know that somebody was involved. But which one? And we're going to talk about it tonight. But before we get started, we're going to do what we do. We're going to do what we do. And we're going to continue to ask God to cover us and keep us protected as we spread awareness and seek justice for these babies. Father God, we come before you tonight with heavy hearts and open spirits. Lord, you see what man tries to hide. You hear the cries that this world ignores, and you know the names of every child taken. You know the names of every truth buried and every sin committed in the dark. Tonight, Lord, we ask for your covering over this space. Let no evil prevail, Lord. No evil prosper, no distraction derail, and no weapon formed against this live stream prevail. God, guide my tongue to speak boldly, truthfully, and with compassion for the innocent. Wrap your arms around Naziyah, Lord, wherever she may be, and all the other babies lost to evil hearts. Expose what needs to be exposed, God. Convict those who needs to be convicted and give strength to those who've carried these secrets far too long. Protect every viewer, every truth teller, and every survivor under the sound of my voice. Lord, let this platform not just be noise, but a weapon for justice and a refuge for the broken. I thank you, Lord. I thank you for using me as a vessel, flaws and all. And I declare this night will be one of truth, light, and accountability. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. Guys, we're on to something. Every little angle in this sordid case, there are things you could pull from it. You could pull from it. And let me do what I do, speak to my people. Hey, Sister Christian, welcome, my love. Christian says, hope all is well. You had a wonderful day with the parents. It's all well. Hey, Kimberly Earls, welcome, my love. Hey, Sister Dr. J. Hey, baby, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Tristan, my love. Tristan says, hey, MOCA, miss you, love, over the weekend. Hopefully all is well. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, it will be well, Tristan. God is able. Hey, Sherry, my love. Love all and trust none. Girl, I'll be looking for that. Hey, Sister Deidre, welcome, my love. Sister living life in Florida. Hey, baby. Hey, Sassy, welcome, sister. Hey, my Mika and Ellie. I love you guys. And Meek, I have a... I did not forget you, sister. Life has been lifing. I got you. Hey, Sunday Mag, welcome, my beautiful sister. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Hey, beautiful April, welcome, my love. Welcome. Hey, Kenyatta. Welcome, beautiful. Happy Wednesday, love. Hey, Tracy. Welcome, baby. Unavailable. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Keisha Coleman. Welcome, my love. Look at my girl, Nisha. Hey, boo. Welcome. Welcome. Mermaid Tay. Hey, beautiful. Welcome, my sister. No new friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love you guys. Y'all just don't know how much I love you all. And I love you more because you love me back. I see my sister gangster Granny up in here. Hey, sister. I love you, girl. Hey, Charlotte, welcome, my love. See, I'm not the only one messed up with the day. Charlotte says, happy Tuesday. How about that? Charlotte, they reminded me the day was Wednesday, girl. Hey, beautiful Debbie. Welcome. Mermaid Tay said, y'all, Dre in jail. Marquita funky ass call the police on him. Oops. Oops. I knew that was coming. Hey, Gina. Welcome, beautiful. Rain. Hey, baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Lori. Welcome, baby. My sister, Miss Sean B. Hey, beautiful. And happy belated birthday to you. I hope all is well. And I know the weekend was eventful, eventful, eventful for you. Sister Essie, hey, my love. She said, Mocha, I was checking all evening for your notification yesterday. I was really hurt you did not do your panel yesterday. Glad to have you tonight. Greetings, everyone. Justice for Naziyah. Essie girl, when life be lifing, you got to let life. And you got to take a step back. You got to take a step back, and I know how. It don't bother me. I know how. Hey, Laconger, welcome, my love. And I'm so glad you love that song. Look at my beautiful sister, Storm. Hey, beautiful. All right. Let's see. I don't want to leave nobody out. Nobody. Because we're going to do what we do up in here. My sister living life in Florida. Hey, baby. Yes, Sunday Mag. Yes. Lord, cover us all. Because, yes, Mocha, life is surely life. And indeed it is. Indeed it is. And we have to take time and make time for those things that matters the most to us in life. Though that's what we have to do. Hey, Miss Ebony, welcome, my love. Look at Tristan. Hey, boo. Tristan says, I believe the one that said Jarvis called her on the 6th. Tristan, I believe too. Hey, Rosalind. Rosalind says, hello, Mocha. Missed you yesterday, but I wanted to let you know. You would not believe who I saw. Piece of shit, Frank. And he looks a hot fucking mess. Ask him, where's Naziyah? Where the fuck she at? Girl. Ooh, Lord. Look at Tristan. Come on, Mocha baby. It's seeing your voice. All anointed. Thank you, Tristan. Drive safely, Gigi. Drive safely, sis. I know you had a long day. I know you had a long day. Drive safely. Hey, Eno, welcome, sis. Sister Storm threw in a warfare prayer up in here. Lord, scatter every enemy sent against us. Let no weapon prosper. Remove in your victory. Amen and amen and amen again. I think I have everybody. Hey, Olivia, welcome, my love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Andrea Martin. She says, I've been on your channel watching you and other content creators. Manny Collins Jr. been missing for over a month. The search in landfill very suspicious. His mom is Ashley Berry. She has a $20K reward. Andrea, can you send me an email, sweetheart? My email address is floating on the bottom of the screen. If you can send me an email with the details, my love, I would respond immediately. And welcome to the chat, baby. I'll jump on that. Rosalind says, don't none of them get no pass. And they can stay in the clouds and the bushes because none of them are just no good, Rosalind. I'm with you when you're right. I am with you when you're right. Hey, to the point, welcome, my love. Hey, Nige, welcome, boo. Look at my sister Platinum. Hey, beautiful. Hey, April, welcome, welcome, welcome. The one. Hey, sister. Look at my cousin. She says, throughout all the tests, you've made it thus far. To Jesus. Happy to have you this evening, MOCA. Hey, fam. Hey, Mods. Look at my sister. Popcorn conversations. Welcome, my love. Hey, Dorothy Jenkins. Welcome to the channel, baby. Hey, Ida. Welcome, my love, Black Beauty. Hey, baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. April says you're doing God's work, MOCA. Keep it up. We need to know where Naziyah is, and not just Naziyah, baby. I'm on Naziyah today, but there are so many others out there that need us. Hey, Dale, welcome, baby. Look at my sister Rock. Hey, sis. Welcome, sister. Hey, just Mona. Welcome, sister. Hey, Nakisha, welcome, baby. Welcome. Hey, Paula, welcome, baby. Rosalind says, hey, MOCA, can you please let Miss Storm know that I'm interested in her book, and let her know to keep doing what she does. She's in the chat, girl. She's in the chat. Keep doing what she's doing. Keep her head up. Love her and still praying. God, her, please. And thank you, Rosalind. You know, all encouraging words, we welcome them because the devil is a liar. Hey, Auntie M. Hey, baby, how are you? I just wanted to come and give a like, and I'm so proud of you, Auntie M. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you. I miss you. I'm going to come and visit on that side of the tracks and see what you guys got going on. I definitely will. But guys, tonight, we really want to know which one of these heifers got something to do with the disappearance of Naziyah. Because Jarvis made several calls within the time frame of Naziyah supposedly being missing. Several phone calls he made. And ironically, all the phone calls that he made, he didn't leave not one baby mama out in the Detroit area. He made phone calls to all these baby mamas. So if you're making multiple calls to all these baby mamas, my question is, why would you need to check in with all of them unless something is happening? You got one baby mama car he used. Why would you use it? Is it to transport, dispose, or cover something up? You don't just borrow cars in the middle of the night for nothing. Hey, Denise, welcome, my love. Then he makes phone calls and tells them to wipe down everything at the house. What is that about? What are we cleaning up? Is it DNA? Is it evidence? Was a visitor there? Is that where Naziyah was? Because that's a red flag to me. Then you got another baby's mama's house. Got raided. Well, why did that house get raided? Why would the police target her house unless they had a reason to believe she was connected to what happened? It's all beginning to make sense. Now, I ask the question, could any of these women be co-conspirators? I truly believe they are. I truly do believe they are. They fall into one or two categories. Either they were active participants, meaning if they knowingly let him use, like the one that he used a car for foul play, help clean her up, or move evidence, or help move Naziyah around. Either you were accessory after the fact, you didn't report it, you hid the evidence, you followed his instructions. So what? Were you scared of Jarvis? Or did these women just get involved out of loyalty to Jarvis? And it wasn't fear. Was it loyalty to Jarvis? Then they would later realize they were caught up in this chaos, but they chose to stay silent. Right, Mermaid Tay. He used the mamas and harmed the kids. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Miss Sean B says, besides that Harris wench, I believe is the one with all the fake ass attitude on the stand that whooped a child for telling. And she's also a pillhead, just trash. That she is. Straight pillhead. Straight pillhead. Tristan said multiple calls, but no calls to Naziyah nor Shannon that day. Both people ignored the calls. Mika said Jarvis should send them bitches straight to Iran on the front line. They do whatever he says, everything he says. Mermaid Tay said at this point he shouldn't be able to call nobody, and he's making calls. He's making calls. And the sad part about it, these women still love Jarvis. They still love Jarvis. Christian says, I want to know, why did these baby mamas call each other three-way? Sure gives threesomes a whole different meaning. Well, Jarvis did say, they knew each other and they knew exactly what was going on. So my thing is, I feel that when he made specific calls, I want to know, was Jarvis orchestrating alibis or was he creating hiding places? What was he really doing? And I wonder, when they raided Angel's house, and Angel's house is the one that got raided, and they raided Angel's house on Valentine's Day. And when they raided Angel's house, what did they find, I wonder? Who tipped them off? Or was it a random raid? This is all over the place. All over the place. And Tristan, I'm with you. He's the common denominator. And both had to text him to get in contact with them. Facts. Facts. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. The night Naziyah disappeared, none of this shit was random. In my opinion, everything that happened to Naziyah was calculated. Calculated. Everything that happened to her was a calculated move. Jarvis made multiple calls. What innocent person do we know got to be told to wipe down their house and wipe down the cars and switch cars after a child go missing? That's a red flag. That's a red flag. This ain't no coincidence. All of this is part of the cover-up. Too many of our babies disappearing is always a damn circle of silence. And in Naziyah's case, it was a circle of silence. And most cover-ups don't work unless everybody play their position. And these damn baby mamas were truly on a chessboard. He had them all on the chessboard. Cover-ups don't work unless everybody play their position. And I truly believe that was the reason for the call. And it didn't just include the baby mamas. It included bigger people outside of them. Welcome, 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 Lady V. Hey, baby. Tristan says, didn't they talk to King on the day before Valentine's Day? They did. They did. Hey, Charlotte's welcome, sister. Tristan says, so they talked to King one day and raid Angel's house the next day. Boom. There you have it, Tristan. King tipped them off to Angel. Hey, Barbara, welcome to the chat, my love. King is the one that tipped them off to Angel. That's a damn good question. How could they raid Angel's house and not Annette's? Facts. Mermaid Tay says he probably done pulling to their house with our baby in the car, and they said nothing. Mermaid Tay, that's exactly what I believe. That's exactly what I believe, because Mermaid Tay, if you follow Jarvis's timeline from that night, I believe that particular night when Jarvis stopped off at Angel's house on the 9th, I do believe that Naziyah was in the car, because from his phone log, Jarvis only stayed in Angel's house a total of 5 minutes. He stayed in Angel's house a total of 5 minutes. And then he went on to Blue Cara's house. Blue Cara's house is the one that holds it all. And I know Blue Cara's house is the one that knows it all. Lady V says, truthfully, after 30 days and you still have evidence in your house, something is wrong with you, in my opinion. That part, Lady V. That part. You see, none of this is making sense. None of it is making sense. The lies. We have to sit here and we have to use common sense in all of this, right? We have to know what makes sense to us, because what they're putting out there don't make sense at all. Not only do we look at the evidence that's being presented as cover-ups, not only the evidence that, hey, Carla, welcome, my love. Not only the evidence that they put out there is as cover-ups, right? But baby, what we're getting from the prosecutor's office, something is terribly wrong. Jarvis got new charges, guys. I don't know if you're aware. Jarvis has new charges. Jarvis new charges as of this month. Tristan says, let me read these comments before we go any further. Right, Mika? What innocent person would Jarvis need to tell to save their self? Jarvis is a mess. And anybody that was caught up in this mess with Jarvis is just as worse. Just as worse. And all we want to know is where's Naziyah? And they refuse to tell. And that says exactly who they are. Carla says, hello, MOCA and Nola Bells. Justice for Naziyah. Love your live videos. You're the best. Thank you so much, Carla. Sassy says, well, you didn't have to stay long anywhere if so many are involved. Sassy, there are a lot of people involved in this. A lot of people involved in this. Kenyatta says, I thought Angel House got ready because it's his address and his phone ping there. That's his address. That's his address. Tristan says, but why? If he was gone from the shop at 8:45, they never mentioned going to any other place but to the part house and taking the car back. That's it. Mika said Blue Car wanted to know what they knew about her. Blue Car is in a lot of trouble. In a lot of trouble. Kenyatta says it's too much, MOCA, and it's a lot, just like putting 1,000 pieces of puzzles together, girl. Hey, cool girl sisters, welcome, boo. Hey, hip hop, welcome, my love, welcome. Mermaid Tay, that fiance knows. His sister knows. The women knows. Platt says Jarvis better leave them jailhouse snitches alone. Eno said with all that's coming out, that's confusing as heck. Makes you wonder how this is going to play out in court. When it plays out in court, that's going to be Kim Worthy's last day of dealing with the justice system. Because she screwed it all up. She screwed it all up. Lady V says, I think they're waiting until the trial to reveal more evidence. If Annette and Shannon aren't charged, they aren't serious about this case. And I'm with you right there. I am so with you right there. So let me say this. As of this month, Jarvis, hey Rosemary, welcome, my love. Jarvis is charged with accessory to unaliving Naziyah. He's charged with human trafficking and minor endangerment. Jarvis is also charged with child exploitation. Jarvis got some charges. Wait, let me read this. First degree premeditated. He's charged in the unaliving of 13-year-old Naziyah Harris, who was also pregnant with his child. He's charged with second degree criminal sexual conduct with a minor. And that's for the abuse of Naziyah as a minor under 13. He's also charged with child sexually abusive material, which involves explicit content shared by Jarvis with Naziyah between 20 and 23. He's also charged with sexual assault, physical abuse of other children. And these are multiple charges from abuse involving 2 other minors, plus a 2005 conviction for third-degree sexual conduct. Jarvis is also charged with kidnapping. Included by prosecutors in relation to Naziyah's disappearance. Jarvis is also charged with accessory and evidence tampering along with obstruction. And that was implied through behaviors like the cleaning up of the evidence and phone destruction. No formal charge list yet for all of it, but referenced in filings and testimony. Jarvis. They're throwing charges at Jarvis left and right. Left and right. left and right. I don't know how many kids Angel have, Tristan, because King said she stayed with the baby mama with all those kids. Oh, wow. Jarvis has his handful. Right, Mermaid Tay, he has the most kids with Shannon. Tristan said, that's my part, Mermaid. He never mentioned going to angels, so why did King send them in that direction allegedly? He never mentioned right. He never mentioned angel. But you see, King is dirty. King does what King does because King want the monkey off of his back too. King plays a part in all of this as well. All of this. Eno. That question mark by accessory, that's what I said. You see that question mark by accessory? My thought went, okay. So if they charge him with accessory, that means somebody else is involved. Somebody else is involved. How are you going to charge me with accessory? Either I did it or I didn't do it. So who else? Who else that they've not yet named? Sassy said, I can't stand the sound of his name or those other monsters. They all make me sick and I have no sympathy for whatever happened to any of them. I don't either. I don't either. King knew. Mermaid Tay says King knew she was going to hold it down, which made me think she knew about a lot of. Look, all Jarvis women knew a lot. All of them knew a lot. And as much as those women knew, you better believe King knew. King is talking to lessen the load. And I do believe, for as much of a monster that Jarvis Butts is, hey, Leisure Lady, welcome, my love. As much as a monster as Jarvis Butts is, I don't give him right for nothing he's done. But what I will say is this. I can almost assure you that Jarvis has somehow implicated King in some of his misdoings. King played a role one way or another. And especially after all these babies are due to testify. Because they tell me that there are 40 plus witnesses that's going to pop out in October, which includes children. And if these children were at that shop in the name of cleaning, as Jarvis played with them, I'm pretty sure King did the same. So there's no way Jarvis is going to sit there and not implicate King, because if he don't, those children will. Those children will. So it matters a damn what King says and what he don't say. The testimony of those children will implicate King as much as they have implicated Jarvis. Lady V says, in my opinion, Jarvis called all those people because he was panicking. I think Shannon involved Jarvis in her crime because he had an SA conviction and easy target to arrest for Naziyah. Lady V, I'm with you when you're right. That's been my stand all along. All along. And I'm going to go back to what I've always said. And my feelings don't change on this. My feelings will never change on this. And that's exactly why I'm so passionate when it comes to Naziyah. I'm passionate because Naziyah was dealt an ugly hand at a very early age. And she had to live with that monster. Naziyah fought demons all of her life. And I do believe that that particular night, and we know it was in the ninth, Naziyah's been gone long before the ninth, and we're going to get to that. I do believe that Shannon, this is my theory, I do believe that Shannon brutally beat Naziyah. Marquita was right there when it happened. Marquita played a role. Marquita and Shannon brutally beat Naziyah. Annette was there. Annette watched it happen. I do believe they took Naziyah's baby. Something in my gut tells me that that baby is at the church. Naziyah bled so bad, Shannon panicked. She believed Naziyah was unalived. She picked up the phone and she called Jarvis. And she threatened Jarvis, you better help me do A, B, C, D. Because if not, I'm calling those people on you because you had no business being with her at the age of 13. So she threatened Jarvis. Jarvis had no choice but to help Shannon. They stuck Jarvis with Naziyah. Jarvis realized Naziyah is not unalived, but she's hurt real bad. And I believe, I could be very, very wrong, but I do believe the phone call to all of those women, Jarvis was seeking help. Jarvis wanted somebody to help him. Jarvis wanted somebody to help him, to clean Naziyah up. He wanted somebody to help him save Naziyah, but which one of them was it? I believe Jarvis dropped Naziyah off to Blue Car's house. And that's Latricia. Jarvis dropped her up there. She cleaned Naziyah up. And I believe she cleaned Naziyah up. When she cleaned Naziyah up, Jarvis was not there. Jarvis took her car and Jarvis went on a ride. Jarvis was scared. Jarvis didn't know what to do. Jarvis was panicking. Jarvis was making phone call after phone call after phone call. Jarvis was calling people bigger than him. Jarvis was trying to find an escape route for Naziyah. That's where Frank comes into play. Jarvis contacts Frank. Frank contacts the church. That was the safe place for Naziyah for a while. Naziyah got healed in that church. That was her safe place to rest because that was the last place they would look for her. Now, this is my theory. Naziyah stayed to that church long enough to heal. When things got hot with the investigation, because remember, it was 30 days before anybody started looking for Naziyah. Naziyah stayed there and Naziyah healed. Now we have to remember, Jarvis has a trafficking charge. So why would there be a trafficking charge if they don't suspect she was trafficked? So I believe Naziyah got to that church and she healed. And when things got hot with the investigation and so many people became involved, it is MOCA's honest belief that they started moving Naziyah around. I don't believe that Naziyah is unalived. I believe that Naziyah is in the trafficking industry. They had to go that route because staying in Detroit, Naziyah would have become a liability. Naziyah knows too much. She saw too much. She faced too many people. So instead of allowing Naziyah to talk, she couldn't be like Barry's girlfriend and return in 6 months. She saw too much. And that's my personal belief. And I believe that's why Jarvis' mouth stayed closed for so long. But I do believe that now that Jarvis see the charges that he has, Jarvis is going to talk. Jarvis is going to talk, and with the evidence that the prosecutors have, that ain't no evidence. That is not enough evidence to tell nobody in their right mind that that baby is not here. That is no evidence. How are you going to put these kind of charges on me? From text messages. Because that's all they got. They have text messages to prove that he was with her. That's all they got. They have the black hoodie in evidence. They have the jumper in evidence. They have the tennis shoes in evidence. All planted shit. But that's all they got. Hey, Levesque. Hey, LaTanya. Hey, Lila. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, twin, and welcome. Tristan says when he stated on the stand, Jarvis stayed with the lady with all those kids. We know that's Shannon. Facts, Tristan. Facts. Hip Hop says, too bad they can't charge you with being a bitch. You understand? Huh. Mika says, why didn't they charge King with tampering with evidence also? Wasn't he sent to retrieve the cell phone? That part, Mika. That part. He should have been charged. Hey, Top Flight. Welcome, sister. Welcome. Mika said King is talking and Jarvis is too. Of course he is. Right, Nakisha, King is. Oh yeah, King hand is very dirty, baby. Sassy says King is more involved. Actually, I believe Sicko is under him, and it's possible. It is possible. I believe Jarvis did ain't no nonsense. I believe Jarvis done everything that they said he did. I give Jarvis no pass. He's nasty. He's filthy. He's dirty. He's less than anything you could call a human being. But I don't believe that Jarvis unalived her. I don't believe that. I will never believe that. Mermaid Tay said, I still stand with the I don't believe he unalived her. Stand with it because I stand with it too. Cool Girl Sister says, Mocha, you got King, you have Frank, you have the Evangelist, you have Shannon, you have Marquita. Cool Girl Sisters, all of them. Oh yeah, Tristan, 40 plus witnesses. Bunch of children. I'm pretty damn sure. Pretty sure. Hey, Anonymous, welcome. Mika says they charged King with murder. It's on his record. Kenyatta says, I don't think King wants to be a part of it. Jarvis was at the shop with the babies by himself every time. They were there. There were babies. They never said King was there with them and Jarvis. Let's wait until October and see what comes out. Let's see what comes out. I bet you King had his hand in that. Rock says jealousy hurt Naziyah, and that was Shannon. Exactly. Tristan, I've been saying that from day one. That baby's alive. Eno said, I was shocked That baby girl didn't say another man was there. King. Mm, mm. It's going to all come out. It's going to come out. Hey, Mariah, welcome, boo. Mika says, Sean B says, unfortunately, playing crazy or blind isn't a crime. He never got the phone, so he didn't mess with evidence as far as that phone goes. No, they got the phone before him. Now, Keisha said, my dad is sick, but I don't think he hurt her. I'm with you when you're right. Leisure's lady said Jarvis' back was against the wall. Shannon wasn't having no pregnancy. She is proud of my 5 kids about Jarvis Butts. And she is. And she is. Lady V says, Kenyatta, I agree. I think King knew he and Jarvis was last with Naziyah and had no idea something was going to happen to her. He went to the baby mama house because Jarvis told him to. Wow. I don't think on the trip to Ypsilanti, I don't think King knew. I don't think he knew. But again, I don't believe that what happened to Naziyah, I don't even believe it occurred the same day they went to Ypsilanti. It did not. It couldn't have. Because the date that they give, the date in question is the 9th. And I believe Naziyah was gone long before that. We know that King lied on the stand claiming he didn't see Jarvis. We knew King's sister-in-law sit there and lied. She couldn't tell whether it was day or night. She could not also tell. Her and King couldn't get it together. Whether she went to the ATM and he waited for the money or they cashed out Jarvis the money. So it's all a lie. The dates aren't adding up. Nothing is making sense. So what is it that these people are really trying to hide? Because in my opinion, that baby has been gone long before January 9th. Hey, Sherry, welcome, baby. Samantha, hey, my love. Shannon did what hey, Shirley Duncan. Welcome, my love, Shirley. I did get your email, baby, and I will respond. I will respond. I do believe. I do believe that it's all going to play out just the way it's supposed to play out. And everybody that's involved, they will have to answer for the parts that they play. And that includes King. That includes Jarvis's baby mamas. And that also includes Jarvis' sister. Because that night, when Jarvis made all those phone calls, I'm pretty sure one of those calls was to his sister. Frank has a part to play. Mermaid Tay says, I think Vari baby is Naziyah's. We'll see. But wasn't Bari's girlfriend pregnant? If Bari's girlfriend was pregnant, well, where's her baby? How could Bari's, how could Naziyah's baby be Bari's baby if Bari's girlfriend was pregnant? Didn't she have a baby? Oh yes, leisure lady. Annette definitely had a hand in all of this. Cool girl sister says, Mocha, we all know that King was at that shop when them girls came up there. King held his head down because he knew what was going on at that shop. King knew. He knew. Tristan says, I'm in tears and chills on my arm. That's it, Mocha. That's the whole story. Tristan. I see it so vividly. So vividly, Tristan. I see that's the way it happened. Because it started lying from day one. Naziyah never came home. Naziyah went straight to meet. No, we're going to stop that. Naziyah's supposedly pregnant. You think Naziyah's going to walk that far to meet a Jarvis Butts? No. Naziyah went home, and Shannon called Jarvis to pick Naziyah up. That's what happened. Twin and Corman and Karma says, your theory is very, very wrong. Like it made no sense. We looking to blame Shannon and them so bad because we mad at them, but they had nothing to do with her death. Are you serious? Twinning, are you serious? Twinning, I want you to make me understand, and you know, like I said, all opinions are welcome. Twinning, I want you to make me understand, baby. What makes you feel? What makes you think? What makes you believe Shannon, Marquita, and Annette had absolutely nothing to do with the death of the disappearance of this baby? Because I ain't saying she's unalived, and I'm not calling it death. But Twinning, what I want to know is what makes you feel that they had nothing to do with this? Hey, terrific. Welcome, sister. Hey, Natalie, baby, welcome. Let's talk, Twinning, because I'm very aware that your comment, and I've always said, all comments are welcome here. All opinions are welcome. My moderators know right about now, don't touch no buttons. We're going to let everybody rock it out in this chat because we want to know how everybody feel. So because, hey, Chandra, because I believe Twinning. Hey, Shantae Miller, Twinning is one of them. Twinning is the distraction that I pray against. And Twinning, you could feel what you feel. You could feel what you feel. But do I agree? No. I don't. I don't. And as many times as y'all hit chats to cause a distraction, we're not going there. Eno said that's why the glasses were in her car. Eno, that was a setup. Platt says, and I think Jarvis lawyers are being strategic for this high profile case. Well, this lawyer did say that the evidence that's presented, it ain't enough evidence to say that he unalived her. He said he needed more. And I'm with him on that one. And I believe he's waiting to see what more is coming out. Jarvis ain't getting off on a lot of stuff. Believe that. Jarvis have to eat some of them charges. But when it comes to Naziyah, in my opinion, the only charge Jarvis could get with Naziyah is being with an underage girl. That's the only charge he's taking for all of them. That other stuff they got, Mika says, so if Jarvis kept Naziyah alive and she's not dead, why not tell? He's already facing the molestation charges. Mika. He's being strategic, I think. See, in jail, out of jail, under jail, behind jail, however you look at it. However you look at it. Jarvis has to be mindful of what he say and what he don't say. Oh, he's very aware of the charges that he's up against. But then Jarvis also knows that if he say the wrong thing, he could disappear without a trace. Because if Jarvis says the wrong thing, that means Jarvis is going to implicate other people. Hey, Erica, welcome. Jamelia, welcome. Shanier, welcome, my love. He's going to implicate other people if he start talking. And when Jarvis start talking, and if Jarvis decides to say certain things, that means now the Franks of the world is under investigation. Those people that's over Frank is under investigation. Because we have to understand that it's a whole ring of destruction. And so many people are going to fall out the clouds. Jarvis starts talking. Even the very same people that's trying to prosecute him, they're going to fall out the clouds too. He has to be mindful. So as dumb as Jarvis looks, Jarvis is aware that he has to be strategic in every move that he makes. Every move that he makes, he has to be strategic. Because right now, he knows that everybody is against him. Why do y'all think Kim Worthy is fighting so hard to make these ugly charges stick? Because if Jarvis starts talking, she too will be implicated. Cool Girl Sister says Mocha Jarvis was smoking so many cigarettes that night, he couldn't believe what he was seeing. He was scared. Cool Girl Sister. Cool Girl Sister. Sassy says, I do not believe the DPD in court are telling everything because of the attention social media has put out on this case. Sassy, I believe that. Sassy, that part, I believe. I believe they're withholding a lot because of social media. I believe that. And I can't be mad at them for holding back information. I can't be mad at them for not making certain things public because it goes too far. Hey, Dr. JD, welcome, my love. Cool Girl's sister says, Mocha, that baby gonna talk also. Jarvis did a lot, but he didn't harm her. Nope, nope. Naziyah says, too bad. They can't charge Shannon with that tight ass, ugly ass purple dress. Naziyah, you in that purple dress and that dry ass finger wave. Naziyah. Oh, Lord. Oh, yes, Anonymous. His chickens is definitely coming home to roost. Hey, Lola, welcome to the chat, my love. To the Point says, I would like to know where Annette went that day. She stated that she was running errands, but she picked up the other kids from school, which didn't make sense because she could have picked up Naziyah. That part. That part. Why not pick her up? Hey, Janine Watts, welcome. That part. Shanier, thank you, my love, for that super sticker. Jarvis Butts need his ass taken. Justice for Naziyah. Shanier, yes. Yes, we don't give Jarvis a pass in here. He's getting no pass. I don't give Jarvis right for nothing that he done. But then we also have to call a thing a thing. Shannon played a major role in all of this. In a Red, welcome, sister. Nas says, I'm sick of Naziyah with that dress. Hey, True Teller, welcome, my love. Sassy says, they all are ignorant, jealous monsters. Shannon hated the fact that a little baby was desired by a man who didn't want her. That part. Tristan says, Mika, you laughing, but Naziyah getting on my nerve with that dress. Naziyah is crazy as hell. Naziyah got that dress stuck in her head and she can't let it go. Hey, Kenyatta Marie, welcome, sister. Naziyah, you're crazy. Every time I see that purple dress, girl, I get tickled. Tristan said he was in love with Naziyah, and she would do anything he wanted, and she was easy on the eye. Isn't that something? Hip Hop says the family let Jarvis fly under the radar for so long because he had too much on them. That part. Hip Hop is that part right there. They allowed Jarvis to roam free because all their skeletons and all of their so-say secrets, Jarvis knew them. They didn't want Jarvis to expose them. So before they let Jarvis expose them, they let Jarvis do what Jarvis do. And Jarvis did it. And they said absolutely nothing. And that's where he messed up, Hip Hop. That's exactly where he messed up. Annette has a lot of explaining to do. A lot. Annette never cared about those kids. Annette don't care about nothing but $1. Cool Girl Sister says Mocha King act like he didn't even know anything. He knows what he saw at some point. I'm sick of them. Me too. It's the games they play. It's the game they play. Mika says, but that can't be true because 2 of the 5 kids are not hers. And they're up for foster care. See, Mika, that's the part they don't want us to know. That's the part they thought would have stayed hidden. But the 2 children that are not for Shannon, that she's been claiming she had 5 children for Jarvis. She didn't lie when she said she had 5 children for Jarvis. She should have said 3 were biologically hers. But what she didn't say was the other two were by underage girls. And that could be the two other 13 years old. I don't know. But those other two babies are by underage girls that had babies for Jarvis. But these underage girls magically disappeared. But yet Shannon has the babies. Shannon has the babies. So that's the two babies that's going up for foster care. Okay, living life in Florida. I see you, sister. Samantha said she's alive and she's underground. Welcome, Sherry. I see you, boo. Mika says, well, allegedly, but they fostering of the two children is in the records. Yes, it is. Mermaid Tay said them bushwatchers coming out to speak today. I see it. You know what, Mermaid Tay? We gonna let them come out. We ain't blocking them. We ain't timing them out. We ain't doing none of that. We want to hear their thoughts. Let's hear their thoughts. Mika says, I believe the crime happened long before they're saying, and it did. In my opinion, it did. Now Dre is arrested. Dre was the only one that gave a little light to all of it. Now you see when Dre gets out of jail? It's not funny. I feel bad for Dre. But you see when Dre get out of jail, Dre coming hitting panels and telling it all. All of it. Even the things that he pretended he didn't know and they kept from him. He's going to sit there and take a little rest, and he's going to get his memory back. He's going to tell. Miss Sean B. Sister, thank you for that super chat. Deflections nor distractions. Get over on MOCA's channel. But y'all tried it, proving you're not that bright. Lady V, thank you, my love, for that super chat. She says, did any of Jarvis' baby mamas have a medical background? I don't know, my love. We didn't check. But that's a good question. That's a damn good question. These people are ridiculous with this. It's a mess. But they want us to believe what they want us to believe. Poor Dre. But Dre coming back with the truth. Sassy says, Mika, there is no telling with that fucked up lying ass family. Whatever happened to Naziyah, whatever she went through, should be done to them. And I believe you. I'm with you right there, Sassy. It should happen to them. I don't believe. Tristan says, I don't believe it was on the 9th either. They was not expecting Jarvis to reschedule that court date. But it's funny. After he turned himself in, this case went public. Isn't it funny, Tristan? Tristan, not only is it funny that after Jarvis turned himself in, this case went public. Listen to this, Tristan. Around the same time that Jarvis turned himself in, those kids were to report back to school from winter break. Naziyah had already missed days from school. It's my personal belief that she had missed so many days that she had X amount of days left to be missed before they would have either sent a truancy officer or they would have started questioning Annette or whatever. So before Annette had these people knocking on her door, Annette thought she could have got away with what she's always gotten away with. And that's reporting a child as a runaway. Because believe it or not, Naziyah is not the very first child that Annette reported as a runaway. Annette thought she was going to get away once again with reporting a child as a runaway. And it didn't happen this time. Hey, Yakil, welcome, my love. Annette it didn't happen this time. She didn't get away with reporting Naziyah as a runaway. She did for 30 days. But unfortunately, it didn't go the way she thought it would go. Someone came along with the heart and didn't want to play the game that the school system played and reported. And that was God. That was God. That report was meant to be found. Because if not, Naziyah would have just been missing in the system. Mermaid Tay said it happened during Christmas break. December 21st to January 9th. Shannon peeped who Naziyah baby daddy was and flipped out. Anonymous Angel said, I just thought about it. What if she's at the sister's house? Anonymous Angel. That would be something else. Hey, BJ, welcome, my love. That would be something else, Anonymous. Because I don't care how many tears she cried. That sister knew what was going on. That sister held a position that held weight in all of this. I don't care what nobody says. Those tears wasn't the tears that we thought they were. True enough, you're my brother. But because now you're facing all of this, you're about to tear the whole empire down. Now I'm nervous. Now I'm scared. Because I too may be implicated in this. Hey, Bridget, welcome, my love. And it's sad how they got Dre arrested. It's sad. Dre telling all the business. It's sad. Natalie said Dre brought that up on himself. Natalie, Dre talked too much. Dre wanted to tell his story. And Dre said Marquita was dating. He said it himself. So Dre, and like I told him, if you knew Marquita was dating, how do you live with the woman that you know is laying up with another man? So everything that, I hate to say that it happened to him, but what more did you expect from that? Hey, Queen Bee, welcome, my love. Sassy said, yes, MOCA, she did. And remember, Kawana said she took Bari to the hospital for the birth. Exactly. Exactly. Ooh, Erica, girl, I found out today that poor Dre is in jail. Hey, Shantae, love you more, baby. Tristan says that's what they were going to do the first time on the 9th. But He rescheduled. So again, it's funny when he turned himself in, this went public. Tristan. My girl Christian says, if I'm not mistaken, Vari baby has been tested and it's not Naziyah's baby. Thank God for that. Samantha, there you go, boo. That church got that baby. That church got Naziyah's baby. And it's my belief that when all of that went down, a midwife came from that church and helped them deliver that baby. Because there's a midwife sitting in the middle of that church. It's crazy. MOCA, Vari baby mama. That's her baby. Exactly. Name Zanaya. Oh, Lord, what is wrong with these names, my Jesus? Tristan said, because why? They never went to the shop to look for her because they knew. They knew. Listen, y'all heard Dre say on the night when it supposedly was, well, Naziyah went missing on the 9th. They reported her missing on the 10th. Dre said they never searched. They never made no effort to search. Never put up flyers either. They lied about that. Why would I do all of that when I already know what time it is? And that's why they never searched. That's why that family showed no emotions, because they knew. And I don't understand, as humans, how can they go on living with that inside of them and still not say nothing? Right, Shantae, not the church, call it a cult, because that's what it is. Oh, of course, Lily, everybody's gonna reap what they sow. Everybody. Everybody. Lori says, I'm mad at Shannon because I think Shannon did it. Girl, stay mad because Shannon is the one. Shannon is the one. Marquita is an accomplice and Annette as well. Exactly, Tristan. Dre said they never looked for her. Sassy says, MOCA. Oh shit, Twinning. Oh, Twinning is one of them. I was gonna let Twinning rock it out. Shannon and Marquita just jumped on Dre and got him put in jail. Damn, Dre. Damn, Dre. Now you got that. Damn, Dre. Lila says all of them know and got something to do with it. They all need to go to. We know, girl. We know. They're setting Dre up. Tristan, that part. Dre talking too much. Dre putting all their business out there, and them two big flathead girls, they plotted on Dre. It was bound to happen because they had been plotting. I feel bad for Dre. Hey, Nicole, welcome, my love. Sherry said, oh, she's talking to the twin, to whatever the twin thing is. Twinning. I'm so far back. Guys, please hit that like button for your girl. Hit the like button for your girl. Miss Sean B said, Dre himself said, Marquita told her daughter to shut up. When her daughter told her what she saw and what happened to her, she's a monster too, facts. Dre said it. And when Marquita told her daughter to shut up, she didn't want to hear it. Her daughter came to her and told her what she saw. Said Marquita had no heart for her own baby girl. by telling her to shut up for something as disgusting and nasty as that. What makes anybody think Marquita had a heart when it came down to what they done to Naziyah? Those are the most emotionalist ass people I've ever seen. Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome, my love. Beautiful soul wants to know if I ever found out about the little brother. Beautiful soul, let me be honest, girl. I have the little brother's name in my notes, and life has really been lifing. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but he's going to be part of the commentary. We're going to get to, because we're digging into it. It's not that we haven't started. We are digging into that brother. Janine says that baby is dark skinned and looks just like her mom. The picture has been seen. Laurie says Jarvis is only going down for being a pedophile, but he's going to tell on Shannon, and I can't wait, Laurie. I can't wait either. Can't wait. Cool girl, sister MOCA is not enough for us to say she's not here. Jarvis got people behind him not talking. I'm telling you. Exactly. Sherry said the twins was bringing dudes in when Dre went to work, and he doubled back and caught him in his house. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. This is too much. Constance, thank you so much for that super sticker, my love. Tristan, exactly. Jarvis realizes now this is bigger than him. It's bigger. Levesque says, I want to know if Naziyah supposedly got sick at school to the point she was on the floor. Why didn't they call Annette? There are so many stories, MOCA, I don't know what's true. Levesque, I'm with you. I'm with you. And Levesque, let me tell you something. If Naziyah was truly, you see, the stories that's coming out. And it's a shame for the prosecutor. It's a goddamn shame. And I'm going to say it. Because if Naziyah was on that floor at that school, where are the records? Where are the reports? Why did the school not give that baby the help she needed? So everybody walked over and left her there. It's not making sense. She was on the floor. Not only was she on the floor in pain, she couldn't have been that damn sick that day. She was able to tell people that she was going away with Jarvis because she was in love. She supposedly took a picture waving high and by, all on that same day. That same day, she took out walking from the bus stop to go meet Jarvis. That same day, they show us footage of her on the bus. The same day, they showed a video ring camera. Now let's put all of that together. The picture where Naziyah waved high and by didn't match the clothes they said she had on when she went missing. The picture of Naziyah on the school bus ride looks like a picture of a little frail girl from 2 years ago. The picture of the little girl that's walking in front of these people's house with the ring cam. That wasn't the same clothes. That jacket, where's the jacket? Where's the rugrat jacket? The hairstyle didn't match. But they want us to believe all of that. It makes no sense. This makes no sense. and all the lies. All these lies. If we want to be honest about anything, oh yes, Jarvis did what he did. Shannon did what she did. Marquita did what she did. Annette did what she did. They all did what they did. But then we also have to hold Kim Worthless accountable. Because what she's putting out here is lie after lie after lie. Nothing surrounding January 9th makes sense when it comes to the disappearance of that baby. Nothing. How the hell does Shannon end up with Naziyah's school tablet if Naziyah didn't go home? How do they end up with Naziyah's cell phone? You got to make it make sense. Everybody that played a hand in what's going on with Naziyah, from filthy ass Annette all the way to the courthouse, Naziyah is still being failed. And we're going to call a thing because this is what's going on. Samantha says it was a setup from Lady down to Vari. This is crazy. This is crazy work. Sassy says, I'm not mad either. But I can't wait for the truth to come out and everyone pays, not just Sicko. Exactly. Because they're going to pay for it. They're going to pay for it. And the problem with those flathead girls, Dre is talking too much. And they felt he needed a rest. So they silenced him. And they silenced him that way because honestly, if those girls had their way and they didn't have this much heat on them because of this case, Dre wouldn't have went to jail. Dre would have came up missing. Janine Watts says Jarvis had a lot to lose with that child being pregnant. He had to turn himself in on the 9th for the gun charge for beating that for beating that boy with it. His lawyer told him not to on the 9th, instead the 29th. Wow. You understand? Shantae sent him somewhere to get the real charges. Honestly, I prayed, I hoped, and I really wished that this trial that's coming up in October, it has been my prayer that that trial is moved out of Detroit. It has been my prayer that somebody else oversees that trial. Other than Kim Worthless. Jarvis Butts is a monster. There's no getting around that. He is indeed a monster, and he should never see the light of day again. But in all that he has done, that's not acceptable. Still give him a fair trial. Still be fair. Because the charges that she's throwing on this man, there's no goddamn way. She's angry and she's mad because she dropped the ball. She's angry. But why not take your focus, Kim Worthy, and put it where it belongs? On those that's paying you and your counterparts to be quiet. Exactly. Sassy said, only in Detroit can a criminal turn themselves in whenever it's convenient for them. Ain't that some shit crazy work? Miss Sean B, that's it, that's all. The same age twins needed a place to stay. And Dre didn't want Shannon there. So they've been plotting on Dre. They've been plotting on him. Free Dre. Take that 2-for-1, Dre. Free Dre. Mermaid Tay say, once Marquita heard Dre kept saying her son be doing Jarvis stuff, now he in jail a week later. Girl, it's a setup. My girl Constance became a new member. Constance, welcome to the NOLA Bell, sister. Exactly, Leela. That family gets no pass. None. Kenyatta Howard says Dre did another interview a few days ago. He said Marquita had 30 days. Girl, he told us. Look, my girl Bridget. He told us Marquita had 30 days. This is crazy. Oh, Sherry, you're good, my love. Naja retorted. Naja said that dress so tight. I can't help it all. I see when somebody say her name. It's her in that dress. Naja, you're going to have to change your picture, boo. Your girl, you're going to have to be that purple dress. That's all I can see. You're going to have to be that purple dress. Hey, CRS, welcome. Kenyatta says Marquita must be mad about gotta move out in 30 days. She don't care. Lebec says, I feel bad for Dre because he was warned by, oh, that part, Levette. He don't listen and want to blame it on his heart. He has such a good heart. Dre's aunt was trying to save him. Dre aunt, but the thing is, he was disrespectful. And look at what had happened to him. And I bet you it will be his aunt. As disrespectful as he was to his aunt, he still had Marquita's big back. But I bet you tonight, he's calling his aunt to bail him out of jail. I can almost assure you he's calling his aunt to get him out of jail because they needed a place to stay. But those women that Jarvis Butts is involved in, all those women that is involved with Jarvis Butts, they all played a part. Everybody played a part. I don't care if Jarvis called one and told them what was happening and didn't want to have nothing to do with it, but they knew and said nothing. But I know who played a large part, and that was Latricia. She played a hell of a part. Why is it that you would give Jarvis your car? And then he comes back the next day and still wants your car. Ma'am, you need to give us some answers. Hey, Tootie. Hey, Key Style, welcome. I saw that, Sherry. Mermaid Tay said Levesque, he don't deserve jail. But Marquita ain't called the police on Jarvis. Her daughter told her what happened the day it happened. How could Jay sit there and trust these women? See, whatever, and I hate to say it. Listen, I hate to say it. I don't wish bad on nobody, right? But why the hell would Dre continue to live with these women, or this woman Marquita, knowing exactly what happened to Naziyah, having an idea of what happened to others before Naziyah? Dre may come across as being truthful, right? Some things Dre says could be truthful, but a lot of things Dre says is very questionable. And when I say very questionable, that very night I asked Dre, I said, well, Dre, who all was to Porker's party? I said, because weren't you there? Dre told me I don't do parties. I've never been to that party. I don't do parties. Five seconds after Dre told me he don't do parties, a video pops up in my inbox, in my email. Dre singing happy birthday to Porker. The camera is directly on him. Dre cutting up with the family. So from that moment, everything Dre said to me was questionable. Dre being on my panel, questionable. Because why lie? What is wrong with you, Dre? Is your self-esteem, and I had to wonder if his self-esteem was as low as these girls. Because who would put up with that? Who would put up with that? Dre is not someone whose words you could take lightly. I said that. But he was a great conversation piece. And we let him ride it out. But you can't take nothing that Dre said seriously. Because I knew he was a liar. Lila said, so Shannon only got 3 kids? Yeah. She only have 3, Lila, and claiming 5. Shantae said, and that's why she had Naziyah fighting for her. The other girl was underage. Exactly. She didn't want a charge. She did not want a charge. You know, my thing is Dre don't deserve to be put in jail. He didn't deserve to be in jail, and that's just my opinion. But he had a hard head. He had a hard head, but look, y'all have to look at it in 2 different ways. I'd rather see Dre in jail than see Dre laying on a cooling board. Because playing with these people, it was going to go down one way or another. So jail is his safest bet right now. And if he don't catch his head while he's in jail, and he gets out and come back to Marquita, his next place will be on a cooling board. I don't know what it is that Dre feels like he cannot detach from Marquita, and he could stop lying on his heart, because it ain't that much heart in the world. It's not like he don't know what kind of people he's dealing with. It's not that he don't know. And all we could pray is that he leaves Marquita alone. And if Dre really is, well, if Dre done picked up a DV charge, the Flathead girls knew what they were doing. They need a place to stay. And if Dre has a DV charge, unless Dre's name is the only name at the new house where he moved, Dre won't be able to return back to that house, and they know it. So it was a setup. And he was too slow to see it. Sassy says, I believe the Nasty twins had that plan for when he first came out being honest, but they scared him into being a distraction. Right, Mika? I had been telling that to Dre from day one. Why are you still there? Huh? Why are you still there? Sherry says, I can't wait. He's spilling all the beans. I want to bail him out myself because child is going to get heated. Sherry, you are crazy, girl. Dre go call his auntie. Dre go call his auntie. His auntie go warm his ass up. I see it in his future. Hey, Miss Buell, welcome, baby. He should have been, damn, y'all call him girl, California reasons. Y'all crazy. Oh, I know his aunt is balling. I know his aunt is balling right now. Tristan says, Marquita work at a hospital or a nursing home, right? And didn't he say she went straight to Annette's house when she got out of work? Yep. Oh, he sure did, Miss Seanby. He said that apartment is in his name only. So why can't he go back there? Well, if it's in only his name, he has every right to go back. Every right. And, Jesus Christ. Another mess. Ooh, Lord. Now, Keisha says, Jarvis has a hold on all them baby mamas. Even my mama and baby mama number one. Wow. Well, now, Keisha, I've always wondered, and I know you told me, but I know recently you told me your mom, I think you said your mom was with you or something. That night you said, or somebody came in a chat and said your mom wanted to speak. At this point, if she's away from him, I'm concerned. I'm just concerned as to what kind of hold could he still have on your mother if she's away from him. That's kind of confusing. I just want to know that. Because nobody deserves to be in such a position to where they can't think, they can't speak, they can't do nothing for themselves for fear of, what somebody's going to do to them. And what could Jarvis possibly do to your mom or any of these women, and he's locked up? I'm just concerned about it. Let me go further down in the chat because, baby, I am way behind. Way, 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 way behind. Oh, yeah, hey, Tootie. Scott Tootie said, what gets me is all the adults don't know anything, but all the kids. Tootie, isn't that something? These children are testifying to what they know. Verbatim, word for word. And these grown people pretend to know nothing. They pretend to know nothing. And that's scary. That is truly scary. But it proves that they're lying. Laurie, you understand? Laurie says, Mocha, you tried to tell him. There was running game on him with those beds. Laurie, I told Dre. I warned him, Laurie. But you know, Dre excuse was, I have a good heart. And look at where that heart got him. Locked up. Natalie said, yep, the Auntie Shirley was saying that, and she still says she's going to ride for him. Good luck with that. This is, ooh, Lord. Rock, you understand? This ninja is in jail. All the warnings he done got himself locked up. Sassy says, Tootie, it seems like they only know how the next adult is. What's going on in adults' lives and nothing about the babies. All the babies were overlooked. All the babies were neglected. All the babies had to fend for themselves. All the babies grew up before time, which allowed all these babies to be a target for all the pedos that Annette invited in her home. All of them. Kenyatta Marie, that part, sis. They had to humble Dre. They had to hush him up. Because when Dre started talking about visitation, Dre started talking about they had visitations with their children. Ain't no way. They can't make me, Dre could not make me believe that these people took Shannon's children. They're looking at Shannon sideways because Shannon went up there with two questionable children. I didn't buy that. There's no way Shannon has visitation rights. Dre just didn't know that Shannon was a suspect. Shannon can't get a decent job nowhere. Shannon just recently got a job the other day flipping burgers. And now that Dre is gone, she may not even work there no more. I don't know. But Shannon got bigger fish to fry. It ain't just the Naziyah Harris case that Shannon has to worry about because Shannon has charges from the group home in which she worked for abusing the disabled. So Dre pretended, see, because they don't tell me nothing. Ain't no way you're going to live with somebody that many years and you know nothing? Nah. Natalie Smith says we might see another side of Dre when he gets out. Natalie Smith, he's going to be humble. He ain't going to say a word. They want Dre to be quiet. Sherry is so silly. Yep, I want to bail Dre out, but the way my finances are set up, girl. But Dre didn't understand that. Dre was dancing, like Kenyatta says. Dre was dancing with the devil with his eyes wide open. So I don't know what it is that the devil's had on Dre. But they had him to a point where he couldn't leave on his own. Dre stayed around and did everything that they wanted him to do. He was at their beck and call. But you see, when they got tired of Dre, they did what they did. Hey, Lady K. Constance says, MOCA, he probably still calling her more now that he's locked up. He could beg all he wants. They don't want him. April says, why would they let her ride the bus by herself anyway? Knowing Larry owed drug dealers money and Naziyah also was beefing with that girl. Why not pick her up from school? They all knew what was going on. April, baby, all of this is a setup. No matter how you look at it, April, no matter how you slice this cake, listen to me and listen to me well. From the bus ride home to the falling out in school to walking to go and meet Jarvis, April, all of that is a setup. All of this is added on to make Annette look good. Because in MOCA's opinion, none of this really happened. It didn't happen the way they're painting the picture that it happened. It's really not. And if we want to be honest with ourselves, and if we look at the way this is all transpired and the way all of this is laid out from day one, Naziyah has been set up. Naziyah has been set up in the worst way. And now they're trying to paint a picture. And at this point, they've run out of paint. And they're trying to cover their tracks and fix their lies. But you can't fix the lie because you've already told it. And people that has common sense has sit here and uncovered your lies. Because the stories that they have told, they don't make sense. Placing Naziyah in certain places. No, we're not going to do that. You're going to tell it. Be truthful. What's the point in not charging the people that deserve to be charged? Of course, Jarvis Butts deserve every charge there is when it comes to Naziyah Harris. But what is the problem with Detroit when they feel that Annette and Shannon and Marquita is untouchable? Jarvis did all that he did. We know that Annette is living in homes that is truly Frank homes. There's a connection. There is truly a connection. And it needs to be disbanded. The dirty money. The hush money. And you're sending people. You're charging people. You're putting away people, and not just in the Jarvis Butts and Naziyah Harris case, Detroit. Through my research, there are people still fighting for justice that have been convicted wrongly by Kim Worthy. Because all these people and drug dealers, traffickers, they're all playing in the same field. This is not no good work. Hey, Julie, welcome, my love. Rock said things must have went downhill at the party after that. It must have, Rock. Keith Styles, my love, welcome, welcome. Right, Keith Styles? Shannon is definitely still protecting Jarvis. Sherry said, man, this is another great chat over here. It's so fun and interactive. Thank you all, Sherry. We're family, my love. Everybody is somebody, and everybody could be whoever they want to be up in here. You know, it's stress-free. Stress-free. Everybody has an opinion, and you're free to state it. We don't judge here. Exactly, Constance. Naziyah had a good heart as well. Look at where it got her. They used Naziyah to babysit. They called her ugly. They treated her bad. She was less than the rest. And look where that got her. Shannon is going to pay for it. Levesque said, yes, MOCA. I bet now he will see the forest from the trees and stop being so naive because the aunt seems cool. She go get him out, but let him stay for a hot second to think, and I don't blame her. I would let his ass sit there too. Dre needs to learn. The question is, will he learn? Will he learn? If Dre gets out of jail and goes back to Marquita, if I was his aunt, I wouldn't have no dealings with Dre again. Hey, Mo J, welcome, boo. Natalie asks, is that the video where Stankin' that? No, girl, that's a different video. Mika crazy. Mika said Dre didn't know that nice guys finish last. Lady K said he was told about how the money was getting on the books too. Yes, he told that, Lady K. He told that. And Lady K, let me tell you, see when Dre told about how that money was getting on them books? Lady K, I think that sparked something in those twins too. Dre sit up here and talked too much that night. And believe me, they were listening. Lady V says, MOCA, when people don't want to talk, there are dangerous people involved in all. Yes, Lady V, yes, yes. And Lady V, I accepted that. And I believe that. When, they're not willing to just come out, I believe that. And that was one of the things that I said to Nikesha. I told Nikesha when she first came out telling her story, and she's in the chat, she could tell you whether I'm right or wrong. When she first came out telling her story, one of the things I told her was, she's going to always be protected in my chat. And if for whatever it is that she shared with me behind the scenes, MOCA would never come and put it out here on our platform for the safety not of only her mother, but for the safety of Nikesha and her children. Because being who Jarvis is, that's number one, which is her daddy and the people that Jarvis associates with. We're treading dangerous waters. Because we never know who's listening. We never know who's in the chat. We never know who's listening and plotting and planning. And even that very night, Nikesha came in my chat. And it said that her mom wanted to answer questions. I deliberately avoided entertaining that. Because my thing is, if I'm going to give you my word and say that because you are who you are, I'm going to give you that respect. I meant that. Hey, One Love, welcome, my sister. Levesque, I pray he's a changed man when he gets out. Tootie Scott said, Dre, it ain't that much helping in the world. Let me help you get your air mattress bed and your trash bags with dirty clothes in it back to Annette's house. That's what it would have been. That's what it would have been. Natalie said, where the other 2 kids come from? I thought the whole had 5 kids. Natalie, the other 2 kids come from children that Jarvis had by 13-year-olds. Young girls. I don't know if they both were 13, but I know they were teenagers. Jarvis impregnated teenagers. Who knows where the teenagers are right now? The word that I get, the teenagers are missing. And that comes from a Detroiter that knows them. The teenagers are missing. But Shannon got those babies and raising them as if they're her own. And I believe, let me tell you what I believe happened. People say that Jarvis is not talking. Jarvis is going to hang Shannon. And you know where Jarvis' first step in hanging Shannon was at? I'm going to tell you where Jarvis' first attempt at hanging Shannon was. Jarvis is arrested. Jarvis is definitely talking. If Jarvis was not talking, do y'all think those people would have summoned Shannon? Because she didn't go to do paternity willingly. Jarvis told that little tidbit. And those people ordered Shannon to go in. Jarvis is going to hang her. She has no idea. So she's out there living her best life right now, and she might want to. Guys, if you don't mind, I would appreciate for those that did not hit the like button, to please hit the like button. Lady K says, even if he never talks again, Dre already said too much. You're absolutely right. Entirely too much. One love. Look at my girl. Thank you so much for that super sticker, my love. Levesque says the adults know, but they're lying because they played a role in it. Levesque, all of it. All of it. And they set Naziyah up. Lady V said maybe Dre's in jail telling all he knows. Lady V, that would be beautiful if he is. That would be beautiful if he is. But if he's telling all that he knows is in jail, I pray to God he asks for protective custody once they release him, because he's in trouble. Them twins. And that big 300-pound, 5'2" brother, the one that pretends to be a police officer, you know, the one that got arrested for trying to push, narcotics. That's who's threatening them. That's who's making them shut up. That's who's keeping them quiet. That's who got them all dancing. Shit. I don't know which one. He never said which one, Mermaid Tay. I don't know where Shannon works. Mika says, Mermaid Tay, Jarvis knows those were his children. And it appears they may not be Shannon's. She was mentioned in the foster care docs. I saw it. Oh, yeah, Mika, you did see it. Lady V, Shannon is definitely not the mother of the last 2 children. I could guarantee you that. Ms. Buell says, I have a question if anyone knows the answer. Why was Jarvis' daughter not on the same bus going home as baby girl? They both attended the same school, right? Ms. Buell? She was in a car with Annette, per Annette. Naziyah was on the bus alone. But Ms. Bill, that picture of Naziyah on that bus is not our Naziyah. Believe that. Lady V, I don't know who the two foster kids were that Annette had. I don't even know who they belong to. I don't even know where they are. All I know is right now that they too are away from Annette. They are back in the system. Hey, Boo Banga. Sassy says, Mermaid, that would be great info of where she's working. Because I could only assume people here don't do YouTube like us, because how can they not know her face? Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, Miss Sean B. Annette is pathetic. Mika says, Lady V, I wish I could put it on the screen. The documents have her DNA, and only Jarvis is against the state for the foster care documents. So it appears no, the other three children are not mentioned. The other three children definitely belongs to Shannon and Jarvis. The other two are for Jarvis and not Shannon. Kenyatta, that's possible. Kenyatta said Annette told him to put a case on Drake before they be homeless. Mo J said, just got in from work. I take pride in ensuring that all the children on my caseload are safe and their daily needs are met. Oh, the good old Detroit danger. Mo J, Mo J, Mo J. I love it. I love it that you make sure the children are safe, that you take pride in looking out after those kids. I commend you. Lady V says when Annette was on the stand, she mentioned all the kids except the foster kids. I wonder why she excluded them. Lady V, exactly. We've been sitting here wondering that as well. Why weren't the foster kids included as being her children? She couldn't even remember at some point how many children she had. Sherry says if Dre goes back, then he's definitely in deeper than what he says. Sherry, I believe Dre knows more. I do believe that. Mika says Annette is calculated. Maybe she thought the state would not discover she was a foster parent and would not remove them, taking her income. Well, well, her parade really got rained on. Mermaid Tate said Jarvis is a narcissist. He's going to brag on anything he do unwillingly. If he haven't, he will tell the whole story. Girl, Jarvis, go tell. Cool Girl Sister says, MOCA, will Dre leave her for good? Or keep being beat up by them twins the same age? We gonna see. Hey, Shine. Welcome, boo. Shine say MOCA facts. Why look for someone and you know where they are? Baby Naziyah Harris. Justice for that baby. Did Sean B say yes? Shannon is using Marquita's ID to go see that nasty monster. And y'all, we all look alike to those people. Much less twins of the same age. Ah! Miss Sean B! When Dre said Marquita, Kashan would give Marquita the money to put on his books, I had to think about that after the fact. I had to give thought to it after the fact. Because to put money on an account, that's done via the internet or the telephone. So Shan didn't have to give the money to Marquita unless Marquita's name was in the one that was down there, and because Shannon can't put her name on there. Okay, that's understandable. And now that you're saying what you just said, girl, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Sherry said whoever's backing Frank is the big fish. Facts. Kenyatta says Dre is in a rock and a hard place. They're not just going to leave on the 13th. They're going to have to take them to court. And those are the type of people that they are. They're not going to willingly leave. They're going to have to be court orders to get them two big, lazy, flathead twins of the same age out of that house. BJ says, I knew Dre was getting locked up. Because he started trying to take up a Madam Nettie the last time he was on the panel. BJ, Dre was painting a pretty, pretty picture. He really was. But now he's stuck. Hey, OG Nora, welcome, my love. MOCA speaking that real shit. Hey, that's all we got over here. We don't sugarcoat. It is what it is. It definitely is what it is. Christian says, I'm the one to say that I remember that day. You always said she would be protected, MOCA. I did say that, Christian. You know it. You know it. Mo J, thank you for the super chat, my love. Thank you. On one of Rain of Fire's videos, she channeled Naziyah, and she told Rain of Fire that there was other girls. And I do believe it, Mo J. I do believe that. And the thing with that is this. When Naziyah said, when Rain channeled, Naziyah saying that there were other girls, let me tell you, it all is beginning to make sense. Those other girls. It's a possibility that those other girls are the mothers of those two babies that Shannon has right now. Or, I mean, they're in foster care now, but they're the two babies that Shannon been mothering. I promise you they are. They have to be. Levesque says they took Annette, Shannon, and Marquita's children. Marquita tried to warn Dre about not being supportive of her. He was coming on Content Creators Live, kind of talking against her. You see what she did, right? It was a setup from day one. It was a setup. It was truly a setup. Cool Girl Sister says, Smoke, it was said that Larry and Bonnie is not Mofa's daughter. She was adopted. Do you think that's why Mofa's gave her to Charles? I don't believe she's adopted. I don't. I don't. And if she is, I haven't run across that anywhere yet. So Cougar sisters, I'm not going to run with that. Until I physically see something that says she's adopted, and if I physically put my hands on something that says she's adopted, then I could commentate on that. But I'm not going to commentate on, her being adopted, and I don't know that to be factual. But I understand what you're saying, my love. Tristan says she's going down and Jarvis is going to be the one to do it because he has always thrown her under the bus. Tristan, we're going to sit back and wait on it because it's going to happen. Tristan is definitely going to happen. Thank you, Sassy. Thank you, said lady wasn't adopted. She's Annette's biological daughter. She's just the prettier one. Right? Super Sean and Naziyah stole our hearts, and they did not see it coming. Kenyatta says, I thought the last baby shower that Shannon had on Facebook was one of the last 2 kids she had. I'm just asking. Naziyah in, and it looks like Naziyah was 9 or 10 years old. I could be wrong. Let me tell you. They know how to play with people's intelligence. Kenyatta. They know how to play with people's intelligence. Even when Shannon was pregnant, nobody knew she was pregnant. Shannon's stomach has always been that stomach. Shannon played the role very well. Shannon, as big as Shannon was, Shannon played the game. Welcoming a new baby, pretending to be pregnant when that big nasty stomach always looked like that. Always looked like that. This is crazy. Y'all think about it. Look at Shannon's stomach in that purple dress. Was Shannon pregnant in that purple dress? No. No. But she looked it. Erica said, was it said that Shannon was beating on the disabled people? I'm sure she was hitting on Naziyah. Oh, yes, girl. Erica, poor Naziyah got the worst from these people. She got the worst from these people. Believe that. And Sean B says, unfortunately, Detroit is one of the highest ranking urban cities of missing and exploited and endangered children. And that's so sad. That's sad. Keith Styles says Annette is a sick woman. For sure, trying to pimp kids. And she's been doing it all her life, Keith Styles. That's the sad part. And Sean B says MOCA Annette was busy lying. She could count past 5. Lying bitch. Girl didn't know how many children she had. Did not know how many children she had. Oh yeah, Dre is a liability to these people. A liability. This is crazy. I feel bad for Dre, but Dre should have listened. Dre wasn't only warned by his auntie. We too told Dre that being there with those people was a problem. We told him that. But right now, Dre don't know whether he's coming or going. And I know he's sitting there scared out of his mind because he don't know what's happening next. Exactly, BJ. He got to be careful of becoming accessory after the matter. That's right. It's been so many lies, y'all. So many lies. And we just have to take these lies. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Patricia. We have to take these lies and dissect them one at a time. Hey, Kippy. Hey, Tanya. Welcome, sis. Y'all late to the party. MOCA been here 2 hours and 30 minutes, and we about to roll up out of this camp. But believe me, we have Shannon. Hey, Jennifer. Welcome, sis. We have Shannon, Annette, and we have Marquita at the front of the class, right? See, Jarvis is going to always be at the front of the class because Jarvis is the instructor. But because Shannon, Annette, and Marquita is at the front of the class, we can't be too placent and we can't be too lax. We have to pull those brothers to the front of the class as well. They're involved, just as Eric Gamble is involved. Everybody that was attached to that family knows. Everybody knows. Hey, Melanie, welcome, baby. Everybody knows. Dr. JD says, MOCA, Dre was Jackson 5. He rocks in the treetop all day long. Oh, no, you did not. No, you did not go there, Dr. JD. Girl, I'm tickled. I'm tickled. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. BJ says, I want to know, did law enforcement do a surveillance on this lying family? If this case was a priority after Naziyah went so-called missing, shut your mouth, BJ. 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 I'm going to read this again. I want to know, did law enforcement do a surveillance on this lying family? If this case was a priority after Naziyah went so-called missing. That part, BJ. BJ, there's no urgency. And BJ, the reason I believe in my heart that there's no urgency, Annette knows what happened to Naziyah. Shannon knows, Marquita knows what happened to Naziyah. There was no urgency, BJ, because the authorities too, the crooked ones over there, they too know what happened to Naziyah. Money talks and bullshit walks all day long. The money was to keep them quiet. The bullshit was to rack up charges on Jarvis Butts so their operation couldn't be touched. So that operation couldn't be discovered. And they could keep Naziyah out of sight, out of mind. And Naziyah will keep traveling, keep moving, keep being trafficked. Follow the money. Hey, Godzilla, welcome, my love. Follow the money. Miss Sean B wants to know, can anyone in Detroit tell us what all has New Era done to assist in this case? That's a good question, Miss Sean B. Welcome back, Tanya. That's a good question, Miss Sean B, because I've never heard of anything that went on their feed or anything about what they've done concerning Naziyah. That's a good question. Oh yeah, Kippy, they're definitely up to something. Right, Melanie? Those kids ain't for her, and she knows it. She should have just turned herself in at that day because she knew they were coming. She should have just turned herself in that day. Charlotte 12 says, I feel bad that he's locked up, but they're two conniving women. Shannon knew that she could not live at their new apartment, but the sister let her come anyway. This is get back for him going on podcasts. Let me tell you. Those sisters told us. Those sisters told us they have each other's back no matter what. What one say, the other one is thinking. So they do everything together. And when they admitted to doing everything together, it's showing. It's showing. Drake couldn't control Marquita because he wasn't strong enough to control both Marquita and Shannon. Just like the situation with Naziyah. Shannon did not hurt Naziyah alone. Marquita was there. I don't give a damn what they none say. Marquita was definitely there. Hey, Renee, welcome, my love. Renee says DPD needs to search all those houses, but they didn't. They are the worst. DPD is a problem. They're a problem. And I haven't heard anything from them yet either. This is, yeah, it's called New Era, but I haven't heard anything that they've done, concerning the Naziyah in Detroit. And maybe they did, but they just didn't go public with that. Kippy says, MOCA, I think Naziyah was hurt on the 8th. Shannon was beating her and Annette went to get Jarvis at the shop. Marquita helped her. That's why Annette got a new car. They met Jarvis, Annette, child, Kippy. Kippy. Kippy, that's the way it happened, Kippy. That's the way it happened because Jarvis has no vehicle. Jarvis has no vehicle. They remove Naziyah badly beaten body out of Annette's home, in my opinion. And they put her in Annette's van. That baby bled a lot. Annette drove Jarvis to baby mama's house. But that's not, let me backtrack, Mocha. No, she didn't. She drove Jarvis to the shop. Her and Shannon and Marquita drove Jarvis to the shop. They left him there with Naziyah at that shop. Jarvis called Latricia. That's the one with the blue car. That's how Naziyah's DNA is all in that car. Naziyah goes to Latricia's house. Couple of days later, Annette gets a new van. Why, Annette? Why? Destroying evidence. Because Naziyah's DNA was all in that other one. And it was Jernell that came out here and said, after Naziyah went missing, a couple of days later, Kenya took her to get a new van. So you see how many hands are played here? Anytime you have a missing child, anytime you have a situation like this, when there are all of those different hands involved in a situation like this, we ain't gonna have these many hands in the unaliving of somebody. But you're gonna have a lot of hands involved when it comes to trafficking somebody. These people need to stop all their lying. And somebody needs to harden their heart or soften the damn heart and come out here and finally tell the truth. Because either way, either you're going to physical jail or you're going to hell. And life is just going to beat you up. Ain't no such thing as I'm taking this to my grave. No such thing. This is crazy. Oh yeah, Godzilla. That grandma ain't shit. Levesque said, okay, so they charging Jarvis with redrone of Naziyah. Yeah. So what evidence does the state have? I'm wondering, Levesque. I looked at the evidence that they have already, right? I don't know what other evidence that they may present, Levesque. But Levesque, they have the text messages. Say that they could prove he had been with her for 2 years, right? Levesque, they have her hoodie. Levesque, tell me why they put that jumpsuit, that pink jumpsuit, that looks like it's too big for Naziyah. They have that in evidence. And then, Levesque, another piece of evidence that they have is a bloody knife. Now, where does the knife come into play? Where does that come from? This is a text message. Text message, phone call, planet evidence case, if I ever seen it. Mo J says, didn't Annette say the kids wear each other clothes? So who has on Naziyah's clothes in that bus picture? Mo J, shut your mouth. Because that's a good question. Who is it? Because it ain't Naziyah in that bus picture. It ain't Naziyah. Sunday Mac says perhaps New Era Detroit decided to move in silence due to all the hype. They truly are concerned. Sunday Mac, I pray to God they are. I see you, Christian. I pray to God they are. Hey, Rena, welcome, boo. Renee says, I think they found a limb of Naziyah. Ah, okay, Renee, if that's what you think, my love. I respect what you say, girl. Kenyatta says something has to be done for a missing child. There's no way they're going to let a child be missing. Someone needs to be held accountable for this missing child, Kenyatta. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. But they're not doing nothing. They're not doing nothing. Storm wants to know, was it Annette's van or Kingi's truck? Storm, my sister, we heard two stories. One of the stories came from Journell and the other came from Kawana. So make it make sense. Right, Godzilla, Naziyah was a perfect victim for them. They thought no one would care. Dr. JD said not one news article in Detroit on Naziyah since March. And that's very sad. Thank you, content creators. That's the sad part. Lebec said, MOCA, do you hear? The state have bought. No, Lebec, I never heard that. I never heard that. And Lebec, I never heard it. So I'm not going to commentate on it. I'm not going to entertain it. Because from what I know, and from what I saw, which was evidence that they have thus far, which I saw, was nothing about a body part. Nothing. Oh, Lord. Right, Dr. J, a lot of moving pieces to this. Sassy says, Dr. JD, that was my point about Naziyah's story, not knowing too much. They don't keep nothing going, just YouTube or a word of mouth, and that's sad for Detroit. Sherry said he definitely keeps saying they know she may not be with us anymore. Sherry, just like they told that other family, just like DPD and the prosecutors told that other family that their child was no longer with us. Their daughter was no longer with us. And for years and years and years, that family went on believing their daughter was no longer with them. Even sent ashes. Family had a whole service for a daughter that was no longer with them. Because DPD had done trumped up charges. Why does this family have a ceremony with ashes for a daughter that DPD says is no longer with us, and then come to find out years later their daughter is alive and well, working the streets in Detroit? Detroit knows what they're doing. Man, stop this. Stop this. Detroit is crooked. I'm not believing nothing that they're saying. Kim Worthy could go away. She could really go away with the she have proof that she's no longer with us. You had proof, ma'am, when you told that to that family too, that their daughter was no longer with them. And now their daughter working the streets of Detroit, alive and well. So who ashes was that? Who did y'all burn up and send to that woman's family? The crookedness, I tell you. The crookedness of DPD. Shit, that's crazy. I see you, Samantha. You're Samantha. I see you coming, boo. Y'all crazy. Mermaid Tay said, girl, Renee, you had my blood pressure going up. Not mine, because I kept it. Look, I was scrolling by Renee comment fast. Mm-hmm. Levesque said, wait, Jarvis is said to have a white Escalade. The ladies was not aware of this, Levesque. That Escalade did not belong to Jarvis. Jarvis drove a white Escalade, but that Escalade belonged to his other baby mama. It belonged to Angel, the one whose house got raided on Valentine's Day. So he would use it sometimes. That Jarvis didn't have a vehicle. This is crazy. Sunday Max says New Era don't play about Detroit. If something's not right, they're going to do the most to shut shit down. True story. I believe that, Sunday Mac. I've been following them. I've been following them for a while, and I see the work that they do. I see the passion behind them. And I see that they don't stop until they make shit shake. And I was just wondering why, there was nothing publicized with them about the Naziyah Harris case. And then when you explain, now it's beginning to make more sense. Because New Era, from what I know, they too are very aware about the crookedness in the politics in Detroit. It's okay, terrific girl. I'm getting ready to get up out of here. Kenyatta said Jarvis was already in jail when the pink onesies and Nike shoes got planned. Kenyatta, you better say it. Jarvis was already in jail when the pink onesie and the Nike shoes got planted. Somebody's working outside for Jarvis, or the person or persons that is accountable. There you go, Kenyatta. How could you charge this man with that onesie? How? And that was planted after the fact. Samantha says, I have a link explaining how Detroit police feel about black people. They let a black woman and 2 sons die in the cold. It's called neglect. It's called Negligent Cop Lets Black Family Freeze. I saw that. I saw that. No, they won't let you post the link here. That they won't do. Yes, Levesque, I saw it. Kippy says, didn't Shannon and the kids burn things in the yard at the old house? They should be digging that backyard. They don't keep moving for nothing. It's a lot of questions. It's a lot of questions that we still don't have answered. But Naziyah has definitely been failed. And we're going to keep. Sherry says, thank you for the information, MOCA. I never knew about that story. Now I got it. Girl, look it up. Look it up. It's crazy. Sassy says, MOCA, I know you heard me say this before, but not all of Detroit is fucked up. You said that time and time again. They did drop the ball with Naziyah, though. CPS, the school, but mainly listen, we could blame everybody. We could blame anybody. We can handpick who we want to blame for the disappearance of Naziyah. But if we know nothing else, it starts with that family and it ends with that family. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. The family failed that baby from day one. BJ said, I've noticed most interrogations when the perpetrator says I was home all day. And that was a lie. So why is Shannon, oh Lord, lied? They all lied. They all lied. They all lied. But guys, it's been another beautiful night, and I've been here. I'm going on 3 hours, child. I'm going on 3 hours. It's time to get up out of here. It's been an awesome night. It really has been. And if you guys, I don't know how you feel about this, because I know you guys are as vocal on this Naziyah Harris case as I am. And you guys are as passionate about this case as I am. And I don't know, tomorrow night I'm willing to do an open panel. Give each person that's willing to come up, give them 5 minutes, to share their thoughts and their opinions on what they feel on the Naziyah Harris case. If y'all are open to that, we could do that on tomorrow, because there's still a lot to uncover. But Platt said, no, MOCA, no, MOCA, no. Oh, Lord. But guys, I wish someone would interview her. Annette don't want to be interviewed, Miss Bill. Oh, you thought I was going to say something else? Girl, you're crazy. Levette says, MOCA, y'all crazy. Yeah, y'all are so crazy. MOCA, it is crazy. That's why I enjoy your platform, to piece shit together. Levette, together we could do it. Together we could do it. It's going to take us to piece this together. But guys, if you have not hit that like button, please make sure you hit that like button on your way out. I appreciate your support tonight. Thank each and every one of you for the super chats, the super stickers, the cash apps. You guys have been nothing short of amazing. And I love you all because you all love me. And we're going to get up out of here. And make sure you love on your children. Make sure you love on your children. Warn them of the dangers that's out there. There are monsters. There are Jarvis Butts out there dressed that's it, walking around in skirts. Protect your children. Protect your grandchildren. Educate them. Educate them on the things that's happening in this world. This is real life events. And until next time, guys, we're going to keep fighting for justice for Naziyah. It ain't over. We're going to continue to say her name because it ain't over. And we're going to ask God, in the midst of all of this, in the midst of this storm, we're going to ask God to protect Naziyah. Give her perfect peace wherever she may be. Wherever she may be. And just bring her back home. No matter how she's brought home. We know that in all of this, God is in charge. He will have the final say so regardless of what the prosecutors may say. Because we see their work. We see their work. But we're going to continue fighting for Naziyah. Justice for Naziyah and every other baby that's out there. And until next time, I bid each and every one of you a good night. God bless you all. Until next time, I love you all.
She ain't gone. No, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing. I feel her voice. I hear her crying. But they too busy testifying. Saying nothing while she dying inside. She ain't gone. She just fighting to survive. She said she needed help in class that day. Laid out on the floor, tears in the way. Told the teacher she need a word, not a test. But they passed her off like the pain was just stress. Mama acting like she ain't see a thing, but checking her tablet, deleting the strings. The truth in a locker, the truth in a phone. They try to act like she ran off alone.
Betrayal lies, got 'em swearing to God, but the ones in the pews know the story too odd. Why you wanna stand talking? I don't recall. You was posting like everything's fine, that's all. She had bruises and bags, she had silence and shade. They let that man stay while she tried to escape. A house full of whispers, a shop full of ghosts, but we saw them cameras and we the most.
She ain't gone. No, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing. I feel her voice. I hear her crying. But they too busy testifying. Saying nothing while she dying inside. She ain't gone. She just fighting to survive. Somewhere breathing slow, not a grave, just a place we don't yet know. Maybe protective, maybe hid away, but not erased, not gone astray. The court got a date, but the streets got a voice, and we gon' speak loud like we ain't got a choice. This ain't just views, it's a whole damn name. Say Naziyah loud till they feel that flame.
Good night, everyone, and God bless. And I'm looking at you guys showing nothing but love. And just so you all know, we will have a Naziyah playlist, soundtrack, whatever you call it. We're going to have that coming up real soon. And it will be available. It will be available. And we will let you all know when it's ready. Naziyah, that name speaks volumes. Naziyah is shaking things up. Naziyah is even shaking the earth because she's making a way for other babies as well. So on that note, good night. God bless. I love each and every one of you.